49 years after the 1976 student uprising, South Africans celebrate this Youth Month under the theme actively advancing socio-economic gains of our democracy. However, 31 years on since the dawn of democracy, where do the youth of today find themselves? Over the last 15 years, there has been a steady decline in youth participation when it comes to the polls. Youth organizations from political parties have weighed in.
30 years into democracy, far too many young people feel disillusioned, excluded, and disempowered by the system that has failed to deliver on the promises of land, jobs, quality education, and economic opportunity.
As we reflect in the past 31 years of democracy, we can indeed say young people have come a long way. We have come a long way where we see young people participating in the political landscape of South Africa, driving change on a national, provincial, and on a local platform, where young people came out in their numbers to ensure that today, South Africa, we have a government of national unity where the Democratic Alliance and various other political formations play a part in.
A prominent problem plaguing the youth is growing unemployment and not necessarily seeing their needs being met on the ground. However, what role do youth organizations play in this equation?
Many young people still feel disillusioned due to persistent inequalities, high unemployment, and lack of economic opportunities. We don't shy away from these realities. That's why the ANC League exists, to agitate, to influence policy, and to ensure that the voices and needs of young people are not just heard, but acted upon. We are on the ground across communities, mobilizing and engaging institutions and holding leadership accountable to the promises of democracy.
Through platforms like the EFF Youth Command and our vigorous presence in communities and parliament, we mobilize, educate, and empower young people to take charge of their future. We push for policies that create jobs through industrialization, support youth entrepreneurship, and ensure the state takes responsibility for uplifting its youngest citizens. They must be drivers of transformation.
Although there is a platform for youth engagement, the question stands: how much of a voice do youth organizations have within their political parties?
We see ourselves as both a watchdog and springboard of young people's empowerment. The ANC League is proudly rooted in the ANC tradition, but we are not a rubber stamp. We are a militant youth movement with the responsibility to speak truth to power, even to our own leadership. Our policy positions are driven by the lived realities of young people, and we continue to push the envelope on matters like youth employment, education reform, land, and industrialization.
Our structures are represented in parliament, councils, and the central command team, where young people engage directly with senior leadership to influence the direction of the organization. Furthermore, internal debates are welcome, and youth leaders often challenge the status quo, and this is how revolutionary organizations grow. So yes, the youth command structure is rooted from the EFF's broader revolutionary mission, but it is also a genuine space for youth-driven leadership, policy innovation, and activism.
The DA Youth itself plays a vital part in shaping the policies and the direction of the Democratic Alliance as a whole. As I reflect on our previous Federal Congress, where the DA Youth contributed to more than 28% of the policy proposals that were tabled and discussed at our Federal Congress, with over 2,000 people that were present there, we can truly say that we represent the interest of young people. We can truly say that we represent the dreams of a generation that refuses to be left behind.
With growing unemployment and slow economic growth, the question is, what role should the youth play? Zara Groenewald, SABC News, Johannesburg.